Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Aiden here with another video, and today we are going to be playing another game in Brian Hunt's career. But first, we're going to start out the video by just checking out his stats. So he is actually the number one leading scorer on the team, averaging 21, 5, 4 with 1.5 steal and 0.8 blocks. He only has 2.5 turnovers a game as a primary ball handler. He's shooting 50% from the field. He's hitting 2 threes a game and shooting 40% from 3. And he's also shooting 85% from the line in only 31 minutes. So he is by far the best player on the team so far. And it really seems like he is doing very good. His plus minus is in the negative just since we have lost so much, so it's really not his fault. But as you take a look at these stats here, pretty good for the rookie. And now I think we're going to simulate up to the Clippers game where we will play against Stephen Curry. And they are a great team, but they are a good team, maybe trying to turn it around before the middle of the season, as we are now 10-14 after winning 2 games in a row and then losing against the Knicks, another loss against the Jazz and the Pistons. We go up against the Hawks again, in which we did last episode, and we will lose. The Bulls, I am assuming we will lose, and the Celtics, we will lose against Chet Holmgren. And now here we are at the Clippers. And now I just want to make sure that these two are turned on, so that way we can get actual results after the game. And we're just going to hop right into it. It looks like they're running Stephen Curry, Fred VanVleet, TJ Warren, Tobias Harris, and Rudolph Strong. And we are running Ja Morant, Jalen Brunson, Gordon Hayward, Wendell Carter, and Kobe Brewer. Let me just make sure he didn't get injured, and he is actually injured, day-to-day injury, so maybe we won't play against the Clippers today, but instead move to potentially the Celtics, who are a good team. And yeah, we'll just move on to the Celtics, I guess. He should be healed by then, as he gets a loss against the Spurs, and there he is starting in at the small forward position. This is a team with Kyrie Irving, Tyrese Maxey, Kyrie back in Celtics, or in Boston, I just realized that, Harrison Barnes, Otto Porter, and, of course, Chet Holmgren. So we're just going to hop right into the gameplay. And here we are at the beginning of the game. Celtics 17-14 to start out the season. So above 500, but maybe not the best team, as we are 26th in the 2K Sports Power Rankings. And there's Ja Morant right there, but we're going to simulate to the jump ball. And let me change my position to small forward so we can be locked on to Brian Hunt. And so just coming back from an injury, maybe a few days ago, maybe he played in the last game against the Spurs, but we'll see what he'll be able to put up in these minutes, as Jalen Brunson takes a tough shot and ends up missing. We are guarding Harrison Barnes this game, as Kyrie Irving dribbles up at the top of the key and we get lost against Harrison Barnes, getting hit by a few screens. Chet Holmgren hits Jalen Brunson with the screen, and he'll end up getting the offensive board, but good recovery from Wendell Carter Jr., and he will end up grabbing the board as Brian Hunt dribbles the ball in against, not sure who that is, Otto Porter, and he will end up missing the shot. Have you guys heard about the conspiracy that Otto Porter is Wilt's grandson? I completely believe that, like 100%. If you look at him, he looks exactly like Wilt Chamberlain. It's like not even funny, as Wendell Carter will pass back to us and we'll draw the foul from Chet Holmgren, and Chet will actually help us back up. So good sportsmanship from Chet there, as Brian will hit the first one and he will end up hitting the second one as we get the first point of the game. Tyrese Maxey bringing the ball up, of course, progresses very well in 2K, already 84 overall, as Barnes is left wide open, but doesn't end up hitting the shot as John Morant moves the ball up the court. John Morant gets blocked, but Jalen Brunson's there to pick up the miss, but he will end up missing again. We are now guarding Tyrese Maxey as Otto Porter gets the ball in the post against Jalen Brunson, but will not end up posting, actually, as he will pass to the corner with Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes driving it inside, and good defense from Brian Hunt forcing the miss, but Harrison Barnes will get the rebound again, and Tyrese Maxey will end up going under Brian Hunt and score the ball. Brian Hunt will get the ball back, call for a screen from Wendell Carter, and he will pass down to Wendell Carter, and Wendell will get the easy look, and the assist goes to Brian Hunt. Corey Brewer take a tough shot, ended up missing as Tyrese Maxey gets the outlet pass from Chet Holmgren and ended up dunking it down. John Morant hits the tough layup against the good defense, and he is averaging now less than 20 points a game, so maybe Brian Hunt taking away from some of his stardom, as Harrison Barnes will get the ball up top, and Kyrie Irving will take the wide open three and end up hitting. Of course, can't leave Kyrie open, as we will now pass the ball on to Ja, and we'll actually call for the ball right back and then call for a screen from Wendell Carter, and then we'll end up trying to get it to Wendell, but end up missing the pass and getting the turnover, and Kyrie Irving left wide open again from three, as the lead is now up 4 for Boston. Brian Hunt will get to the rim and throw it down on Harrison Barnes, bringing the lead to within 2 and on an impressive pass, as Tyrese Maxey dribbles the ball, passing to Otto Porter and receiving a screen from Harrison Barnes, and Otto Porter will end up turning the ball over from the good defense from Brian Hunt, as John Morant will take the ball inside, pass it over to Brian Hunt. Brian Hunt takes the three and ends up missing. Still haven't hit a three with Brian Hunt through 4 episodes now, and not quite. And Brian Hunt with the block. What an impressive play from Brian Hunt. Brian Hunt takes the ball up the court now, pass to Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter left wide open, and he will miss the shot against Tyrese Maxey. The ball and end up slamming it down after on the fast break. There was a slam from Brian Hunt there, and the Celtics will call timeout as the Indiana Pacers begin to tie the game. Brian Hunt will enter back into the game after the Boston Celtics took a timeout, and he'll end up, I thought Brian ended up blocking the shot, but it actually ends up going in after circling the rim a few times, so a little bit of a poster against Brian Hunt, but that's all right, as we'll look to get the ball to Ja Morant at the 3-point line. Ja will receive a screen from Jalen Brunson, and he will end up passing right back to Brian Hunt. Brian Hunt dribbles inside against Chet Holmgren, and Chet looked like a foul there, as he'll pump fake and take another tough shot against Chet. Good defense from the 7-footer Chet Holmgren, and Brian Hunt some not-so-smart shots, as he'll play some good defense against Tyrese Maxey, and Jalen Brunson will end up picking up the foul. Brian Hunt will take the three and end up missing, so yet another missed three from Brian Hunt. Not shooting efficiently in this game, only 2 for 9, as you have missed some of the missed shots. But really not feeling it from the inside again. Missed a few wide open layups, to be honest, and now struggling quite a little bit, as he'll look to set up Gordon Hayward. And Wendell Carter will take a tough shot again. I think most players' shot IQ in this game, besides Gordon Hayward, is pretty much a 0, or at least on our team, including Brian Hunt, not taking the smartest of shots. And they'll pass down to Wendell Carter, and Wendell Carter will end up getting the easy basket off of the assist from Brian Hunt. And the Celtics lead by 13, but the game is not out of sight yet. And the Pacers will call timeout after a possession where they scored on a pretty good basket, as we see Brian Hunt heading to the huddle, and he will stay in the game for it looks like the remainder of the second quarter, as he will end up taking the ball up the court, calling for a screen from Gordon Hayward. Gordon will obviously receive it for us, and Ja Morant will get the ball back. We'll end up calling for the ball yet again, setting another screen. I know a lot of screen action going on in these videos, as we'll pass it to Ja Morant in the on the wing, and he will dribble and take a tough shot, and there will be a shot clock violation for the Indiana Pacers, so still no offense for the Pacers. Chet Holmgren will end up missing the wide open layup, and Brian Hunt will take the ball back up the court, as we'll look for Ja Morant to receive the ball, and Corey Brewer end up getting it and end up taking a hook shot but miss, and Chet Holmgren grabs the rebound over Brian Hunt, and Harrison Barnes will end up dunking it down on the fast break. And now the game looking not so attainable, as they lead by 17. Corey Brewer will set the screen, and we'll get the pump fake for Harrison Barnes, but end up passing it down to Corey Brewer, where he will miss. Kobe Brewer missed it up again. We will continue to work on that as we learn these players, even though it has been 3 episodes. And Gordon Hayward comes to the screen and end up fading out. We'll pass it over to Gordon, and he will drive to the inside and take a tough mid-range shot, and again, not a good look. Kyrie Irving will end up taking the 3-point shot, but end up getting fouled by Brian Hunt. We'll see how that ends up working out in instant replay, as I don't think that was a foul. We'll see, and the ball is released by the time he gets touched, so maybe it's after we didn't leave him enough room to land, but we will actually just challenge that call, since the CPU won't use it anyway, as we see Rick Carlisle use the challenge, and the call will actually be overturned. So good eye from Brian Hunt to call out the coach and tell him to challenge the call, as that will end up saving 3 points from being put in for the Boston Celtics. And they do get the ball back. Tyrese Maxey dribbling on the wing, and Harrison Barnes, and will end up getting it at the logo. Harrison Barnes driving past us and allows a very good look at the basket. Brian Hunt will get the ball at the end of the quarter to try and hit this last shot, try to get a little bit of shot clock cheese, as Chris Smoove would say. And 8 seconds left, 7 seconds. We'll call for a screen, 5 seconds left, 3 seconds. We'll look to go inside and end up dunking down. And now the lead is only 19 after a monster slam from Brian Hunt. And here we are back in the third quarter after halftime. And we are now ready to play, as we leave Harrison Barnes wide open, but end up playing better defense. Kind of distracted with my microphone real quick, but we end up allowing the bucket, as Brian Hunt will move throughout the court and end up calling for the ball from Ja Morant, since he is not doing anything with it, as we will pass it right back. He's wide open but won't take the easy shot, but instead takes the harder one and ends up making it, as we will go back down the court and play defense. Good defense from Chet Holmgren allows him to pass up a good shot, as we will be now switched on to Tyrese Maxey, and Brian Hunt will end up blocking, as he does have Bronze chase down artist, and good block from Brian Hunt against Tyrese Maxey. And we will now be back on Harrison Barnes, as we will play good defense against Kyrie Irving and end up getting the rebound. And Brian Hunt will drive inside and dunk on Chet Holmgren. What a dunk from Brian Hunt, wow. And Brian Hunt will play against Harrison Barnes, as Kyrie Irving finds Otto Porter for the good assist So slam after slam right now for the Boston Celtics and the Indiana Pacers. And we will end up calling for a screen from Wendell Carter, be switched on to Otto Porter, and then end up passing over to Jalen Brunson to let him do something with the ball. Wendell Carter will pass to us, and we will end up calling for a screen from Wendell Carter. Ended up getting stripped by Otto Porter as Chet Holmgren brings up the ball and takes a tough shot against Colby Brewer, and now Jalen Brunson with the ball as he will pass right back to Brian Hunt, and we will look to pass over to Wendell Carter, but he does not take a three, not a three-point shooter, and we will call for yet another screen as we will be left kind of wide open, but we will end up passing over to Colby Brewer so John Morant could take the corner three and miss. But Wendell Carter grabs the rebound and ends up putting it back in. Good rebounding from the Indiana Pacers to bring it within 17. And Brian Hunt now back into the game in the fourth quarter, and we will see if we will be able to manage a comeback, although down by quite a lot, as he will take a tough three, and we're going to change his three-point shot. I don't think it works out for him very well. We've hit a few green mid-range releases, but from three, it's not a good shot, and we're going to just end up changing it so that way we will be able to hit threes against the defense, as Brian Hunt will pick up the foul, but somewhat of a good foul, not allowing the bucket. And just to let you guys know, we will be upping the amount of minutes in a quarter, just because ending a game with 50 points is kind of ridiculous. And although they will be normalized, I still think that we're not getting enough gameplay, we're not getting enough scoring, and we're not getting enough opportunities to even play. And we will be upping that up next episode, as Brian Hunt will find John Morant, and John Morant greens against Celtics defense. We saw that a few episodes ago as he greened a shot to push them up, and Micah Potter will end up taking a tough shot and miss, and Brian Hunt will slam up against the weak defense from Kyrie Irving, and he now has 12 points. Brian Hunt will call a ISO against Micah Potter and end up crossing him up and hitting the tough layup against Otto Porter, so helps bring them within 21. Not sure if we'll be able to come back from this, but we will definitely try, as he ranks first among rookies in points per game. And now Boston hits another shot, so that will be the game. Unfortunately, no shot. We're making a comeback now, as we will end up posting up Kyrie Irving and getting a good shot that we will miss. Brian Hunt misses the shot and will end up leading to a Tyrese Maxey miss, as Otto Porter will be left wide open and hit the shot, pushing the lead up to 27, and I think the benches are beginning to be drained, as Brian Hunt with the ferocious slam down, and not going to help bring us back, but will help with his stats a little bit, as the benches are clearing. Fourth quarter, 4 minutes and 35 seconds left to go, as John Morant almost snatches the ball up, and Harrison Barnes will end up missing the shot. Kyrie Irving gets the ball back against Colby Brewer, and Michael Potter will set a screen, will actually fall for the screen, and he will end up missing the dunk. I'm not sure if Brian Hunt blocked it or if he just ended up missing, but we will end up drawing a foul from Otto Porter, and we will be subbed out. So I will see you at the main menu. So now, after the game, Celtics won in a blowout victory, but Brian Hunt did drop 27, 7, 6, 2 steals, and 3 blocks on 3 turnovers, of course adjusted after we normalized the minutes. Josh Christopher scored 21, 2, and 3, but for the Celtics, Kyrie with a great game, 34 and 9, and Chet Holmgren 18, 22, 2, 3, 2. And I will make sure that I change it so they will be normalized and played the same, and then we're also going to change the quarter length to 10 minutes. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow my TikTok at 2K Aiden and then _. Make sure you like and subscribe. takes a lot of work to edit these videos, and I hope you guys do enjoy. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.